When I say hardship, it's not only losing a loved one this year that has created hardship for families, but this year hardship extended beyond that to the financial ruin that the pandemic has brought on so many. Our municipal budget is no different. We entered our city budget season with an unprecedented $70 million shortfall due to the lost revenue from no hotel parking revenue, no commercial parking lot tax revenue, limited construction permit revenue. I mean, the list goes on and on. The one positive here is that we were ahead of the curve as a city, and as a result of that, we were able to deliver no tax increase for our residents. In April, we as an administration could see where the budget was headed, and we started to take steps then which allowed us to navigate these times better than most. In April, I told our team that we had one objective for our city budget that we must achieve this year, which is that we would not add to the hardship that families are seeing by having a tax increase this year. Every day I hear about the struggles that residents are experiencing as they're out of work and have had meaningful loss of income. So we started to work at finding ways to cut and restructure our city budget so that we wouldn't be a contributing factor to the burden families are undergoing. Dollar by dollar, we made progress. While we had to make some real sacrifices, I was proud that in 2020, for the 5th time out of the 7 budgets I've been responsible for, we are presenting no tax increase on the municipal side to residents. Now, I know that your property tax bill is made up of several different components that different elected bodies control, from county government to school government. However, we made a commitment that on the piece we do control, which is the municipal part, that we would not have a tax increase, and I am proud that we were able to achieve that. Achieving no tax increase was a huge accomplishment for us this summer, but we really didn't have any time to reflect on it, as it was almost to the day that we completed our budget proposals to when the country witnessed on video the murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer that then sparked an overdue conversation nationally and locally on police reform.
Today's the first rally and protest, and I'm out here with some of the council members because we want people in the community to understand that we hear them, we see them, we understand, and we're going to work with them to do better.
Here in Jersey City, we're no strangers to police reform, and we've been aggressive on this front since I took office in 2013. Over the years, I focused on creating a more diverse police department that better reflects the community we serve. And I've also focused on revamping the culture of the police department through a deliberate and positive community engagement program. The results have been significant as we've grown the police department and changed it from a majority Caucasian department to instead being a department that truly reflects the Jersey City diversity. And while we're doing all this, we're able to also drive down crime in Jersey City to historic lows, as 2019 tied the lowest homicide rate the city has seen in more than 30 years. But George Floyd opened our eyes to the fact that we as a city can and must do more. So we are. We were the first in New Jersey to take on President Obama's challenge over the summer and take a critical look at how we approach policing. We took steps then to formally revamp our use of force guidelines, which has been copied statewide. We implemented a disciplinary matrix so that residents can have more visibility around how officers are disciplined when violating the public trust. We instituted comprehensive de-escalation training for every single officer in the Jersey City Police Department so that they have better readiness to avoid a situation that can go in the wrong direction. We expanded technology in the JCPD so that residents and the city can have more access to video whenever police engage the public. We created a new quality of life task force here in Jersey City to better handle calls without a uniformed police officer when possible. And then finally, we changed entirely how our police have been deployed, so that there's absolutely always an emphasis on de-escalation. I share this with you because while some in the country went in the defund the police direction, here in Jersey City we didn't, because I know how fragile the progress is that we've made and the real implications of draconian cuts. That's why I actually pushed back on it and said that we can make reforms in our police department without jeopardizing public safety. And that's what we did. While many cities across the country are seeing increases in violent crime, here in Jersey City, we haven't seen that same trend, and it's largely due to the great work of the JCPD and the phenomenal partnership with residents and our city. I do recognize, though, that trends in crime often correlate to hardship financially, as people are placed in desperate situations and then do desperate things.